Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. What's happening? What's up? Got that thing fired up. I am starting my YouTube live because we are streaming all on social media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, everywhere. So what's happening, everybody? What's up? This your boy, Mr. Richard, aka the Black Money Diamond Champion. I don't know, just making stuff up. But yeah, we talk everything money, we talk everything finances, and I don't know if I should have a live Q&A. I haven't done one in a long time. I probably just do a freestyle. Normally I give subjects, but if we want to do a freestyle, we can do a freestyle, meaning that any type of financial question that you have, because I know there's a lot of noise out there, there's a lot of misguidance out there, there's a lot of people out there trying to tell you how to do something or what to do, and they are wrong. And it's not even the fact that they're wrong and I'm right. I don't even try to look at it like that. It's just a lot. When I sit back and I try to take the information that they give you guys, or the information that always gets a lot of feed, or information that gets a lot of views, I'll look at that information and I'll say to myself, that doesn't make any sense, because I'll take that information. A lot of people will get the noise or get that information and they'll just run with it, or they'll remember it, or be engulfed in their mind that, yo, man, this is legit. And then I'll take that along with my other knowledge and I'll just dissect what people say. And I'll say, yo, this is not right. Like, who gave these people a platform, right? Just because you have a camera and a cell phone and you turn it around and you can speak into it doesn't mean that the information that you're giving to people is accurate. So I think that there's a lot of misguidance out there. And my objective is to try to educate and try to get anybody and everybody to get to their financial dreams and goals. Because there's a lot of money out here. There's enough money for all of us to be thriving. And there's a lot of money out here, and all of us can get ahead, and all of us can have all our financial dreams accomplished in our lifetimes. But you just have to um, go out there and get the proper education, and go out there and do everything that you can do to get ahead in life. And as soon as we start talking about, as soon as you start talking about that type of wealth and that type of money, it generally will reflect or come back to your personal spending. Because a lot of times people can't help how much they make, but we all can control how much we spend. We can control the food we put in our mouths. We can control the type of accessories we spend our money on. We can control the kind of car we drive. We can control what subscriptions we have. We can control the type of house we live in. And we can control the type of trips we take, the vacations we take. We can control all that stuff. And a lot of people don't want to look inward for the problem. They always want to look outwards. Mr. Richard, I want to make more money. I need to, I know, if I buy this business and this business is making me $200,000 a year, all my problems will be fixed. Not really. You know, a lot of rappers, a lot of entertainers, a lot of celebrities go broke. And is it because they didn't make enough? No. You know, the average person won't make $1 million in their lifetime. Think about that. The average person won't make $1 million in their lifetime, but some celebrities will get millions of dollars at once and they'll go broke. So it's not the money, it's how you spend it. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people will feel that money will solve their problems, but money is not the issue. Somewhere you hurt my feelings. I think once you really understand that a lot of your problems come from within, and you're looking out to get the answers instead of looking in. Once you get the inward stuff done, then the outward stuff will automatically follow. I'll even put you on some game. I had a buddy who was at the barbershop. I say the story a lot because it kind of makes it's easy to explain. And he was at the barbershop, and a Latino guy walked in there and said, "Hey man, anybody need any TVs?" And I said, and he was like, "Well, what you got?" This was back in the day too, right? Back in the day when flat screens was everything, right? Now you can get them everywhere in Walmart for $200 or some shit. But he said, "I got 70-inch TVs, $200 a piece. And if you buy them all, I'll give you a discount." He had 5 of them in the back of a pickup truck. My buddy said, "I'll take every single one." He said, "I'll take every single one, but I'll give you $750 cash." He said, "Deal." So this dude had 700. He bought, what was it, 4 or 5? It was 5 TVs. I think it was 5. He bought 5 TVs, 70-inch, for $750, right? I don't know if they were stolen. I don't know where they came. I don't care, right? Hey, help me load them up. We loading the damn things up. We get home. He puts them on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, whatever was hot at the time. He was like $500 because those TVs back in the day was going for like $1,200, $1,000. He knew probably something was up with him. He just wanted to get rid of them. He said, $500 will sell fast. He had 100 messages. 100 messages for $500. He easily could have made off 5 TVs $2,500. Easily made $2,500. But he kept 3 of them, sold 2 of them for $500 a piece. So he made $1,000. So he was up $250. And as soon as he got the extra $250, he went to the club. He took his profit and went to make it rain. He bought alcohol and went out to eat. The moral of the story is opportunity is going to present itself to all of us. And then, 2 months later, he complaining he broke. That is an inner problem. That is a problem that's here. I could have gave him $500 grand and he'll be broke in 2 years. I can give him any kind of money in the world. When opportunity presents itself, it's only 2 things going to happen. Broke people are going to do the same stuff they're doing to get broke. Middle class people are going to do the same thing to get them in the middle class, and rich and wealthy people will continue to do the same thing to get them ahead. That's why you need to learn this, not this. Stop blaming the world. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming politicians. Stop blaming entertainers for your problems. It's all here. I don't make enough. Inflation's too high. The Biden, Trump, come out. That's trash, dog. We're beyond that. People always ask me who I vote for, or who am I going to vote for, or who did I vote for. It don't make me no difference. I don't give a dang if Mr. T's in office. I don't give a damn if Puff Daddy's in office. I'm going to get mine. I don't care if interest rates are 20%. I'm going to get mine. I don't give a damn if bread is $18 a slice. I'm going to get mine. I don't care if gas is $100 a gallon. I'm going to get mine. Hey, man, gas is high as hell. Bro, I don't even look at gas. Right? You worry about the wrong problems. I don't harp on shit I can't control. I can't make no matter who I vote for, no matter how much I bitch, no matter how much I complain, milk is going to be worth $3 or 50 cents or $4, whatever the hell it is, regardless. Don't care about that. Right? Between my chef and the missus, my food budget is $2,500 a month. Think about that. You think I give a shit how much eggs cost? $2,500. My chef comes over, what you want to eat? Cool, I need these 3 meals. Okay, cool. Here's your bill for the month. Cool, thanks. That's my problem, making enough money to get like that. Make more money. Stop spending the money you make on bullshit. And then one day when you look back, you're like, damn, I got a shit ton of money now. Now I can start spending my money on dumb stuff. Now I can go get my hair done, my nail done, my toes done, go to the casino, go to the club, go to the Bahamas, go to Tahiti, go to Africa, go to France, buy a Hellcat, buy a Challenger, buy a McLaren or something. You know what's crazy? I'm not even bragging. This is my last brag. I was with my buddy who was getting his car serviced, and he got a decent amount of money, and they had a McLaren for sale. And the guy who was selling it recognized me. I don't know how. Who knows? We just started talking. He said, "Yo, man, let's start talking about this number. I see you looking at this car. You want to get into it?" He said, "I'll cut you a deal." And he started doing the numbers, and I did the math. And I said, "Damn, I can afford this. This ain't bad." I said, "But you know what? I don't need this shit. Bye." Right? That's an inner problem. If most of y'all made what I made, y'all have been the first thing off the lot. Hottest thing on the lot, that there mine, right? Money ain't a thing, huh? Screaming down the street, listening to some bullshit, driving some shit that you can't even put in the garage. Got 6 cars out there. What am I gonna do with another? Right? But I won't tell you about it. I won't show you because it's irrelevant. But it's another story. All right, so I'm done with the mindset stuff. So let's get to starting. Someone said how much it costs for a consultation. If you want to get a consultation, a one-on-one, you want to get to a mentorship, you want to get into coaching, you want to get into that stuff, click the link in the bio, join the free class. The class is called Be Your Own Boss. Come to it, see if my goals and your goals align, and if they do, maybe we can get something started. If so, we'll go from there. If not, you come there and learn a little bit, and no harm, no foul. I won't sell you information, nor will I bombard you with spam messages, which I hate. Sometimes I'll just get into people's classes just to see what's going on and see like how they do stuff and how they structure and what they're going to talk about. And you know what's crazy is like, it was this one guy that was trying to teach you how to do like digital marketing. And he had like a dingy ass wife beater on. One of his buddies was smoking weed in the background. And he was on like his cell phone, but the cell phone was like tilted up at an angle and it kept falling over. And I was like, who the fuck is giving this guy money? And people was buying that shit. And I was just like, yo, we deserve better. We deserve better. We deserve better as a community, as a coach, as a guide. That guy couldn't give me $200 to take that shit. You couldn't give me the money. I never want to see that guy again. And then he bombarded me with text messages. He say stuff like, "Hey, Playboy, you still trying to jump on this game," or some fucking ignorant ass shit. I was like, yo, bro, don't ever message me again. Don't ever contact this phone in the history of your life again. If you want something from me, you had to conduct yourself more professionally, more respect, and act like you got some damn sense. You know, maybe that's just me, man. Maybe that's how I grew up, and that's how I do business, man. Right? Respect everybody. Be professional. Be well spoken. Present yourself the best, and just kind of go from there. But hey, whatever, man. Gotta respect the hustle, though. Gotta respect the hustle. All right, so I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get onto YouTube, the tube. So if you're watching from any social media platform, I appreciate you being here, but click the link in the bio. And then if you want to sign up for the free class, the link is called Be Your Own Boss. If you don't, then just go to the link and watch from YouTube because YouTube pays me to be here, right? So click the link up there and watch on YouTube. And it helps me out. And then also too, just a little side note, if you watch from YouTube and you comment, YouTube questions pop up in my face faster and they're bigger too. So those on Instagram, because I have like 4 screens. So TikTok, actually 5 technically with TikTok. So TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, 2 Instagram pages. Yeah, so if you want to come in, ask a question, because like I'm here for you, and I want you to ask anything that you've ever been unsure of, or give you a better understanding of some of this stuff, because a lot of this stuff out here that people try to teach, they are not that good. They're not even close to being good. There's some guys out here that are good, but it's almost like it's like buying a puzzle piece, but someone took a hand. It's like buying a puzzle, and then someone takes a handful of the puzzle and throw it in the trash. And you could put as much of this puzzle piece together as possible, but if a whole bunch of pieces are missing out of it, it's going to be hard to come up with a proper visual of what you need puzzle wise. And because like, okay, I kind of even break that down some. There are some people out here who's really, really good at credit. And then there's some people out here who's really, really good at credit stacking or hybrid credit lending or getting loans. And those guys can help you get the bag. But then they don't know what to buy with it. They just help you with the money, right? Here's a whole bunch of money. I don't know what to do with it. And then you have some people that are good at real estate, right? And then there'll be like subcategories of real estate. Okay, I'm good at Section 8. Hey, man, I'm good at wholesaling. Oh, man, I'm good at the BRRRR strategy. Oh, I'm good at tax liens. But if a situation comes up that doesn't require a tax lien, they don't have no clue what they're doing. Or, hey, I want to buy a business. Okay, cool. Do you have money? No, I don't have any money. Well, you're going to need good credit and money to buy a business. How's your credit? Well, my credit sucks. Well, okay, cool. Well, now you need to go to the guy with the credit. And then once your credit is fixed, then now you got to go to the guy to raise money. So you're going to like 3 different people to get one thing done, right? And then let's say if you start getting real money coming in from the business or the real estate, what are you going to do with it? You're going to just buy Hellcats and Louis Vuitton and Prada bags? No, you got to start investing that stuff. Well, what do you invest in? You got vast array of different accounts you can invest in. Now you got to go to somebody else to learn that. But here, we learn it all. We break it all down, right? I can almost take, it's kind of crazy, and I'm not trying to boast or brag. I can almost take anybody and make them successful if they really wanted to. Comically anybody. You just got to put in the work, and you got to take a chance, right? I've had people 400 credit scores, 500 credit scores, working check to check, having businesses and or real estate, whatever they wanted to. Because once you understand how the process works, then it's kind of self-explanatory, right? And I'll even give you a general overview of it, right? If anybody want to listen to it, I'll give you a general overview of how the process works, right? So someone comes in off the street with me. Hey, Mr. Richard, I've been watching you a while, long time listener, never say anything. Screw it. I want to get started. Boom. Let's get to it. How's your credit? My credit's shitty. Okay, cool. Let's work on your credit. Let's get your utilization down. Let's get these hard inquiries off. Let's get these derogatory remarks off. Let's get this charge off, bankruptcies, repossession, baby mama payments, judgments, tax liens, whatever, right? We got to address those issues. Well, I ain't got no money to do that. Well, you better find some, right? You got to start side hustling. You got to start making extra money. You got to start cutting the fat, or you got to start picking up extra shifts, right? I don't care what you got to do. If you're single, you probably got to move back in with your mama or move in with a roommate. You live by yourself? Yeah. Why? You're broke. Cut the fat. You paying $3,000 a month for a high rise downtown when you should be living in somebody's guest room for $400. You know? Okay, so now you're gonna start cutting your expenses, your Netflix, your Hulu, your damn DoorDash, your Uber Eats. Stop eating out all the damn time. You cut all that crap. So now you take that money and now we're gonna start devoting it towards these bills, right? Paying down your utilization. If you got charge-offs and collections, it depends on the extent of the collection. It depends on the type of charge-off, right? We got to start knocking, trying to get those things off your credit. If it's long gone, it's been gone like 4 years, but you're trying to wait for it to fall off, we can dispute that. Dispute charge-off, dispute late payments, dispute bankruptcies, dispute repossessions. Fight that stuff off your credit. So now we fighting all this stuff off your credit, and your credit score is going to slowly but surely start jumping up because now you're all that hard inquiry crap gone. Late payment stuff gonna be getting out of there. Credit collections and any type of derogatory marks, we're gonna try to get all that crap off there. Okay. So then once you have your credit looking halfway decent, and while we're working on that too, we need to start working on some business structure. LLC, S Corp, C Corp, sole proprietorship, whatever damn journey you want to go down. I'll talk to you about the pros and cons of all of them. And I'll talk to you about which one that you need for your particular situation because they're all different. Right? So let's say you go with an LLC. Okay, cool. Do you want to raise capital from the bank? Or do you want to use private money lenders? Or do you want to use, for whatever you want to do? Right? And which route do you want to take? Do you want to start buying businesses? Do you want to do a start a business? Do you want to take your side hustle and go full time? Do you want to buy some real estate? What do you want to do? Because once your credit start going up, that means you are eligible or you'd be more creditable to creditors. That makes sense, kind of? I hate the term, does that make sense? I know I said it right. So you are now you in the favor of the credits. And then I'll teach you the scores that you need to be shooting for. The 580s, the 600s, the 620s, the 650s, the 680s, the 700s. All of those they're like checkpoints. And they all mean different levels of credit. Once you get to like 700, you can pretty much get anything you want. Some people say to me, yo, man, Mr. Rich, I need an 800 credit score. Why? If 700 can buy you anything in the world on credit, why do you need an 800? Why do you need an 850? It's like being strong just to be strong. You don't need that. So we get your credit right, and then we start working on your business structure, right? And start making it to where you can go to banks and ask them for money. If you have proper business structure, you have everything a business needs, and along with good credit, there ain't a bank in the world that won't loan you money. How do I know? $1.4 million of funding. Actually, it's more than that. I don't even count no more. I can go slide a damn house on this shit. Oh, the new McLaren? Shoot, shoot. Oh, I got the new Rolls Royce? Shoot, shoot. Whatever, right? Oh, got a business for sale? Shoot, shoot. Here's my down payment. Because I've shown through time and history that I can pay my bills on time and that I am a good candidate for credit. And I go to these banks and say, I need 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 10,000, 15,000. Okay, Mr. Richard, I got you. Okay, Mr. Richard, I got you. Okay, Mr. Richard, thanks. I got you. And they give me the bag. I rarely, if ever, get, I hate the term disapproved, but unqualified. There we go. Right. Bank of America be on some bull crap sometimes, but for the most part, I'm probably like a 98%, 98% funding rate. So 89% of the times I'll get funding. I've only been denied probably once, somewhat twice. And then you can do what's called a reconsideration if you do get disapproved. And I didn't know that at the time. But I could have been hitting 100%. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, so once you establish good credit, and then you go out there and you go establish good credit, and then you go out there and you go raise capital or use your own capital, and then you need to start investing your money, because once you start fixing your credit, the excess of money that you had to fix your credit needs to start going somewhere else, right? Just because you was paying $300, $400, $500 a month to pay down these credit card bills, and now once those credit cards are paid off, you're not just done with that. Now you can go spend that on like going to the club. That's stupid. Now we're gonna take that $500 and we're gonna start investing it, right? Mutual funds, ETFs, IRAs, 401ks, all that shit, right? Now you can do what's called a portfolio loan. They said you have 30 or 40,000 in an account. You can go to the bank and say, yeah, I want to get a portfolio loan. That portfolio, you can borrow against those assets. So you can take a $50,000 portfolio of stocks and go get a loan against it. Now you take that loan, you go buy real estate or buy a business. You see what I'm saying? You see how this works? You see how that person who was living check to check, I showed them how to cut their expenses. Then I showed them what to do with the money, extra money they had, and how to pretty much build up their credit. And that's kind of how the game works, right? And once you could just sit back and look at it for a second, think to yourself, damn, that ain't bad. That probably could work. You'll start to realize that this is how people get ahead. And my objective so far was talking about blaming the world for your problems. No, everything that you're doing now is a reflection of your choices. You identified the problem you had on your credit. You start cutting the fat. You start working on side hustles. You started building your business structure, LLC, S corp, sole proprietorship, whatever. You start raising capital from the bank. You start buying businesses. You start buying real estate. You see what I'm saying? It's not a world's problem. It's a your problem. Point in. Everything I said has nothing to do with who you voting for. Everything I said has nothing to do with your job or your income or your baby mama or the courts or the system. That's stupid. Stop blaming the world for your problems. Let's get to some of this money, right? But the only way you're going to do it is to make a choice. You got to choose to get ahead, and you got to choose to start associating and hanging with people who are doing it on a high level. And I don't make excuses for people, and nor does anybody in my community or in my groups or my mentorship. We don't make excuses for you either. If you want to hang around those type of people, then cool. Click the link in the bio, join the free class. If not, hey, maybe one figure it out, or maybe not. It's your world. It's your world. But welcome in, welcome in. I see Twitter has a few people. Wow, Twitter bumping. YouTube has a lot of people also. Welcome in, welcome in. Somebody always on Twitch. Hey, Twitch, say what's up. Instagram, a little lackey, but it's all good. Facebook, TikTok is tripping because when I get, if I get to like yelling or like being passionate, I hate being passionate on social media because they'll figure like you're hate speeching, especially if I say the word, the P word that people vote for. If I start saying those type of words that it come every 4 years, then they'll like start restricting my account. So I try not to talk about that stuff like that, right? But we'll start doing some Q&A. We got a decent amount of people in here. But come to YouTube, watch from YouTube, ask the questions on there. I see all those questions first. So let's get started. Right now, my expenses are high and very little extra money. My credit took a dip in the last 6 months, which happens. I have Turo as a side hustle with the LLC. I need to get something going soon. Yeah, I feel you, sir. A lot of my Turo buddies, I have a lot of them who have a lot of cars on the platform. One, Turo like raised their prices, and this is what's crazy about Turo. I see like Airbnb commercials, I see Uber Eats, I see Lyft, I see all those type of commercials. I never see it. I never see advertisement for Turo. It's almost like it's almost like they take a fee and then make you fend for the wolves. And then they raise the fee to where it almost doesn't make any sense for you to make any money. Now I have friends on Turo that have one of my friends. Actually, I got a few of them. One of them has 60 cars, and I have another one who has 37 cars. And I have a couple cars on there too, and I understand. But my cars are just paid off, just things that I just try to do just to mess around, make a little extra money here and there. Oh, whoa, whoa, what's happening? I see you. Um, but yeah, Turo is ridiculous, and then there's so much competition on the app; it's kind of saturated. So now you got to lower your price to even get people to rent from you, and then they destroy your fees. So I feel you, sir. So, but Turo is a little more passive, right? You just put the car on there and you clean it up and you get it back, and you kind of go from there. But um, expenses are high on Turo, like I already said. So you might need to start cutting more expenses. I don't know what expenses you cut. I don't know you from a can of paint, but your expenses are high. You have an LLC. If you want to raise capital through that LLC, if your credit's halfway decent, I would probably look towards doing that. And if you want to try to buy more cars or either buy something else or get into something else that makes a little more money, because like I said, I personally think, this is my personal opinion, mark my word on it, Turo will be bankrupt in the next 3 years. It ain't gonna make it. And in 3 years is even pushing it. I'm just being a little more genuine. Being a little more generous with my prediction. Unless they start doing more advertisement, then they ain't gonna make it. Like I never see a Turo commercial, right? That's why I kind of don't like them. But that's another story. I'm trying to find an event space event space hall, event space slash hall for sale to find existing business in some community centers. Can't have liquor sold on property. Yeah, it depends on your state too, sir. It depends on your state. A lot of times these companies they have some built-in clause saying that you can BYOB or um, you can't serve liquor there. And then like if you had an event space and you couldn't serve liquor there, like who would want to be there? Like what wedding would you want to be at? Or what party would you want to be at that I can't drink? So it's almost like, why even want to be in that type of space in the first place, especially in those areas, right? So you might want to look into something else because I'm not trying to invest into a business that can't maximize its profits. If I can't buy something and people can't have a party there, and if I say party, if I say I'm having a party or wedding, the first three things that come out of people's minds probably the DJ, dress attire, and food and alcohol. Like, I mean, that's just it. And if someone say, "Oh, it's a draft party," and you're like, "Well, why? Somebody they AA or something?" They're like, "Oh no, it's just we can't have alcohol here." I'm like, what? What kind of party? And then think about it like this: if you had three venues and you had the choice out of all three, and one of them said, "Yo, we can't drink here," I'm going to the other ones. I'll pay more so I can drink, even though I don't even drink. I'm just saying that that's just my personal opinion. Drinks free. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get drunk in the car. We gonna get drunk in the car. Someone said, "Do I have businesses for sale?" No. I sold the last one I sold was 2022. That's the last one I sold. But the ones I got now, they're so seamless and so effortlessly ran. I'll be a dummy to sell them. There's no point. You know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean? If I have a cow in the back, if I have a chicken in the back that's laying golden eggs and it don't crow, it don't damn poop, it don't make a noise. It just sit in the corner and just lay me golden eggs all day, right? And to what? To buy something that's gonna be making all the damn noise. The golden eggs gonna be smaller. I'm gonna have to damn stop what I'm doing throughout the day and go, nah, I'm good, right? This thing is this thing is on autopilot now, right? One side of me wants to just shake everything and get like a $25 million company, but why? It's just more money. Once you kind of content and happy on the type of money you're making, more money is irrelevant. Like I'm telling you, man, the grass is not that much greener on the other side. And I'll even give you a quick exercise. Okay, let's say if I gave you an extra 20 grand right now. Okay, TT, what's happening? I see you. Let's say if I gave you an extra 20 grand right now. Boom. What would you do? Cool. Let me go buy. Let me go put a down payment on a new car. Cool. Next month, another 20,000. Oh, cool. Let me go shopping. Cool. Another $20,000. Let me get a house now. Okay, cool. Boom. Another $20,000. Oh, let me take a vacation. Boom. Let me go buy another car. Boom. Another 20. Okay. Let me buy some more clothes. Boom. Another 20. Let me go vacation. Boom. Another 20. Oh, let me buy another vacation home. Boom. Let me buy more clothes. Let me buy more clothes. Let me buy more cars. Let me buy more cars. Let me buy more houses. Let me buy more houses. Let me take more vacations. Let me take more vacation. You see what I'm doing? You see what that is? It's nothing. Once you've gone everywhere, or you experience everything, or you have everything you want, or you buy everything at the store, you know what's crazy? I'll go buy stuff at I'll go buy some clothes, and then I'll go get like 4 outfits, and then I'll put them in my closet. And I'll wear one. I have one that I really liked, and then a week later, you know I'll wear one around the house or something like that, and I ain't even go nowhere. And then the next week, I thought about wearing one, but it was raining, so I didn't want to wear that one. And then a month later, like, okay, cool, let's go shopping. And then all the same shit that I just bought is already still in the store. And like, oh fuck, I don't want none of this stuff. I already got it. All right, so cool. I wait another month, 2 months, 3 months later, and I go to the store. Now they got some new stuff, right? And I do the same thing again. I get 4 outfits again, right? Shit, I ain't even wore the last two I got. I ripped the tags off, or some of the stuff still had tags on it. It's just why, why, people, why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? You got to start looking at the big picture, right? You can drive so many cars. I've driven and ridden in every car there is in the world, damn near, right? Probably except a Bugatti, right? Everything else I've damn near sat my ass in. It feels just like a Toyota Corolla. It doesn't make me no difference. When you're in the car, you don't even care that you're in it. Only people that care that you're in it are the people around you. Right? So what? We out here flexing and getting money and getting cars for other people to acknowledge that you got money and cars? That's the goal? That's the hustle? That's why all of this is for. To impress other people. Kanye West said it best. I spent $1 million just to be like, homie, you ain't up on this. He understands the game, man. He understands the game. He understands. Like when he said, like you start really listening to some of the stuff he says about money, a lot of people think he's crazy, but it's about as true as it gets. About as true as it gets, my guy. For some of it, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you something too. I listen to a lot of like rich people and famous people talk about money. People already know you have money. When you go to places and people already Googled you or you're a celebrity, or people already know how much money you got. And, why? Thanks for sharing the life. Appreciate that. But I hate to like crush your dreams from the other side, and people think that their their problems are solved with money. You'll have the same problems with money. I give everybody in this room $100,000 a month, and you'll still have the same problems you have. right? They're just different problems. You're stressed out about your spouse. You're stressed out about your kids. You're stressed out about school. You're stressed out about your body. You're stressed out about your looks, right? You can't fix that with money. You and your spouse argue every day. Money gonna fix that? Then y'all just argue about your spending habits of bigger stuff. He says I spend too much money. Okay, cool. Now you go from lipstick to damn $800 shoes. It'll be the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I promise you. Right? You need to have a good sense on who you are before you start getting the big dough. But people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. People just like, give me the money and I'll show you. I don't know. Let me try. See? But money won't fix your problems. 70% of millionaires go broke. 70% of lottery winners go broke. I think it's like 41% of celebrities who come into a lot of money, or football players or something like that, go broke too. I think the only statistic that actually keeps that above any decent number is basketball players. Basketball players have like pension money and they get paid a lot more money. They don't have enough time to spend their money like most people. First of all, their contracts are way bigger than any other athlete and they play longer and they don't have as much downtime. Football season is only like 6 months, 7 months max, right? Basketball season is damn near like 9.5 months. You just have less time to spend your money and you make more. You know, MLB has they don't they do and they don't. But it's only like if you really look at MLB players, it's only like 3 or 4 people on the team that's making the big bucks. Everybody else is not making that much. Same thing with basketball players too. But basketball players make more money on average than any other sport. But that's a whole nother story. But we've been on here for a while, man. What questions y'all got for me? We can talk about credit, growing your credit, business credit, leveraging credit, business funding, going out and raising capital from the banks. We can talk about investing, mutual funds, ETFs, compound interest account versus simple interest accounts. We could talk about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, if you want to talk about that crap. We can talk about IULs, UILs, LUIs, or whatever the hell they call it. IULs? Is it IULs or UILs? IULs. I don't know. Whatever that crap is, right? And if you into that stuff, man, or annuities or other kind of crap, it is not it, man. It's not it. We can talk about starting a business. We can talk about buying a business. You can talk about investing in real estate, syndication. We can talk about wholesaling. We can talk about bird. We can talk about bird dogging. We can talk about tax liens. Talk about sub-2. We can talk about owner financing. It doesn't make a difference. You almost need to know everything about all that stuff. IUL, laugh emoji. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that shit is. That shit's trash. It's so bad. It's so bad. I almost want to start an IUL fund just to make millions of dollars off people. They are killing people, man. I wish I could have one universal message to anybody who has an IUL. And I'll break down that shit on a simple calculator. And I'll use every metric that any of y'all give me. Right? How much you pay a month? How much is your principal? How much is your payout? And what's your benefit factor? You give me all those numbers, I'll put them in a calculator and do simple 3rd grade, 5th grade math. And you'll be like, damn, this does suck. And I'm like, yeah, it does suck. Someone said, I need credit repair. All right, click the link in the bio, join the free class. It's Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST. If I want to start a business, oh, my bad. Every once in a while, people come in and say something that makes me upset to my stomach. I get a little sick. You stated if I wanted to start a business. Come here. Why would you start a business when you can buy one that makes money day one? Why? So let's do a simple startup analysis, right? I don't know you from a can of paint. You said, how do I determine the market that needs it? First of all, there's your first problem. Trying to figure out if a demographic or a market needs the product that you want to start. Because if you start some shit and they don't want it or don't need it, you're going to close down. Ask Kevin Hart. He opened up a damn vegan restaurant that I heard the food wasn't even that good, nor did people want it in that area. And it closed down in 2 years because he didn't do the research, the marketing. He didn't do the market to see, he didn't do an analysis to see if the market wanted it. But let's say if there's a business that's already out there and it's been open for 15 years. Does the market want that business? It's been around for 15 years. You can't be in business for 15 years and not make money. Hell, you can't be in business for 5 years and not make money. Fuck, you can't be around for 2 years and not make money, right? Let's start a business and every month I take out $3,000 out of your pocket. Every month, $3,000 out of your pocket. How long are you going to survive? Let me take $5,000 out of your pocket every month. How long would you survive? $10,000 out your pocket every month. How long would you survive? Not freaking long. Okay? If a business has been around for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, how much money are they losing every month? Probably none, because they have their answers figured out. The market has already been determined. They already have customer loyalty. They already have a base that they can market to. If they wanted to market to somebody, market to the people that already come there. Right? Do giveaways within, or do incentives or give backs to people who've been loyal to you for 10 years, 15 years. Now let's do a startup analysis, right? Boom. I found an area I want to invest in. Okay, cool. I need to, I want to rent this place out. Well, what is it? What's the triple net lease? Meaning that I got to rent this shit out for 5 years and I have a 5-year option after that. Okay, well, how much is the lease? $5,000 a month. And I need 50 grand up front. Deal. Okay, cool. As a deposit, so you don't mess my shit up. Okay, cool. $50,000 at your account, gone. So $5,000 a month, you got to do what's called a build out. So now you got to go and buy. If you wanted to build like a Subway or some shit, or a restaurant concept, I don't damn know, right? You need stoves, you need ovens, you need floors, you need flash guards, you need all this other type of equipment, right? Let's say that's $100,000. Wow, boom. So now you're $150,000 in the hole. You ain't sold a burrito, man. Not a freaking damn sandwich. So now you and then now you have to wait 6 months to a year to do a build out. So now you got $150,000 in the hole waiting till your restaurant opens, right? If I took out a $150,000 loan, I'm gonna have to pay something every month, right? Plus the $5,000 a month in waiting on the build out. $50,000 down, $100,000 for the build out, you $150 in the hole, plus $5,000 a month. That's another $60,000 if it take a year for the build out. You are $210,000 in the hole, my guy. You ain't sold a damn sandwich. Now you got opening day is, let's say, a month out. So you want to like just start and open up and say, boom, hey, everybody come in here. And you making the sandwiches, or you grilling, or you cleaning? No, you got to hire people, right? And then you got to train people. So you need a general manager, probably. That's another 60 grand. You need a head chef and an assistant chef. 50 and 50 right there, 50 and 40. You're going to need some staffs and some waiters and a janitor, right? Janitor is 40. Regular staff, I might get you at $20 a piece or $15 a piece, depending on your state. You got 20 grand a piece right there. You got 10 members. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. You got $200,000 just in $20,000 just in regular staff a year. So build out $150,000 down payment, $5,000 a month, plus training for 2 months, or I'll give you training for a month, right? $200,000 a year. 1 month, I give you 18 grand. You are damn near $240,000 in the hole. You ain't sold a damn burrito. And then you open up the door, and what do you see? Crickets. Because you ain't even put no money to marketing. So now you got to spend another $10,000 on marketing to just get people in the damn door, right? So you $260,000 in the hole, right? And let's just say you had to pay that $260,000 back in the next year. That's $23,000 a month. And let's say your burrito sells for $10 a piece. You got to sell $23,000 worth of burritos or sandwiches or whatever the hell you damn selling just to pay the bills. And that's not including that month's marketing, the next month's rent, the next month's salary, the next month utilities. It is dumb to start a business. You'll be $300,000 damn near in the hole, and then 6 months later, you'll close the damn door down. You have no proof of concept. You didn't even know anybody wanted to buy it. Wow, it's almost like I described Kevin Hart in a nutshell. Why do we listen to these celebrities for our financial advice? Kevin Hart might be a funny guy, subjective. I wouldn't listen to him about financial advice, but even though he sits on these radio shows and talk shows that people invite him on, and he talks like he's this great businessman, mother clucker, you could have just gave me $20 and a high five, and I could have told you not to start them damn businesses. Just off that. Hell, I told y'all in 10 minutes why it ain't a good idea. I think he had like 10 restaurants. Take the same concept times about 10. You $2 million in the hole, Mr. Hart. Oh, Mr. Richie, you hating. No, dog, I'm just not a fucking idiot. And I don't spend my money on dumb shit. Why build it when it's already built? I can go build a car off eBay. Why? I go to the street and get one and be driving tomorrow. But some people just like to show and like to sell people that they the man, or they do all this kind of stuff when they shit ain't that sweet. Someone says, if a business is cash flowing, why do people sell them? I always use your car as the best analogy. Okay? I use your car as the best analogy. Whoever's in there, name your very first car. All right? Someone says if businesses are making money and they're good businesses, why do they sell them? Name your very first car. If y'all want to start naming random cars, right? Mine was a 1984 Toyota Corolla. Right? Man, that thing is nice. I love that damn thing. Someone says a BMW. Okay, I see you. Someone says a Honda Accord. Someone says a Nissan Maxima. 1998 Nissan Maxima. Black four-door. That's a quote from Menace to Society if you ever want to look that up. I think it was 1998 Maxima. 1990. No, it was 1990 Nissan Maxima. Right? Ford F-250, right? So someone says a Grand Am. Okay. So you got your first car in your head, right? And let's say you drove that car in high school, and it was like a piece. Most people's first cars was a piece, right? Someone said a BMW paid in full style. They had them BBSs on it, them gold BBSs. Like them, what's crazy about them BMW 328s, the 325s, the 323s with some BBSs that's convertible? Them shits are going for like 40 grand now. It's crazy. Hey, whatever, man. What's old is what's new now, right? Anyway, so let's take your first car, right? And let's just say it did its job. It got you back and forth to, most people's first car was a POS. It got you back and forth to it got you back and forth to school. It got you back and forth to your little part-time job that was making minimum wage. and it did its job, right? And then you probably either saved up or you just, you kind of grew out of it, right? Say if you had a little coupe and it was cool, but then you got married and then you had to get something a little more reliable, and then you just moved on. You know what I mean? So like the car is not a bad car. It's just it served its purpose, and you used it for the means that you had it for, right? So now take the same concept and apply it to a business, right? My first business was making like $7,000 a month, right? To some people, $7,000 is a lot of money, but to me, now looking back on it, $7,000 ain't crap, you know. So I took that business and I got everything out of it I needed. I learned a lot of experiences. I got a lot of working with people about operation of business management, growth, scale, accounts receivable, accounts payable, profit and loss statements, year-to-date statements, tax returns on businesses. I learned a lot doing that. But when I realized that $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month is not my goal anymore, that 90 grand, 100 grand, 200,000, $400,000, those are my numbers now. That's the kind of money that I want to make a month, and $7,000 is not it. So it was a good business. It did what it had to do. It's still making money to this day. Just was time to move on to something bigger and better. And it's the same thing with y'all first car, right? Y'all first cars were probably not the best of cars, but you learned a lot about driving. You probably hit a whole bunch of curbs. You probably ran a mailbox over or two. You probably hit a bird or something in the damn thing. You probably, scuffed up some wheels, but you learn a lot about driving. You learn a lot about respecting the road. You learn a lot about probably working on cars if you had to do some work on it yourself. And you learn a lot about what you didn't like about cars, right? You learn a lot about cars themselves, but you learn a lot like, my next car will not have this in it. My next car will not be a manual shift. My next car will not have a convertible. My next car will not have two doors. My next car won't be a car at all. It'll be a truck because it's too small for me. You see what I'm saying? It's your first. People sell their businesses because either one, they're too old for them and they want to retire and move to Florida and get hit with all these hurricanes, or they're just done with that segment of their life and they want to move on to something bigger and better. And that's why you learn from people like me on if people are selling their businesses because they're duds, or people are selling their businesses just to move on to something else. Because people do that. And you have to learn how to identify that stuff, because there's a lot of crap out here and there's a lot of treasure out here too. But you got to weed through the junk to get through the good stuff. Someone said, I like hurricanes. Screw them hurricanes, man. I'm done with Florida. But I appreciate that question though. But when it comes to different types of businesses, and I'll even give you this too. There's a lot of businesses for sale that a lot of people think are good, and a lot of people don't know that they're not that good. So if you had to guess, right? If I had to ask y'all, let's do a quick survey. If you had to buy any type of business, like what would you want to buy? If you could just take over a process right now, what do you think would be a cool business to run? Or tell me what business you want and why you want it, right? You can say it's easy. It looked like it'd be fun. It looked like it makes a lot of money. Like nothing's off limit. You want to do a strip club? You want to do a casino? You want to do a nursing home? You want to do a laundromat? You want to do a Dunkin' Donuts? You want to do a gas station? Whatever, right? Just what is your world's desire? What is your world's desire, right? If you can get any type of business, right? Because once you really start dissecting some of these businesses, a lot of the things that people say are good are trash, and a lot of things that people say are trash is good. You know, sanitation always good. People are lazy and people hate junk. Less competition and very profitable. You ain't lying on that, man. I'll shovel pig crap for a damn $5 million a year. I don't care. Well, I won't be shoveling it, but I'll be walking around with the people that do shovel it, right? Right? Someone said 92 Honda Accord clapped out. Oh, it took a crap. You know, my boy's first car was a 96 Honda Accord, and it had like one headlight. It made like a popping a backfire. We paid $450 for that car. We put a new headlight on it and a new interior light bulb and fixed the timing belt. We probably had about $300 into that thing. We spent like $400, $500 on. I don't remember what it was. It was super cheap. We probably put $300 into it. We sold someone else $1,500. That thing was a monster, man. I think that I still see that little ugly thing because it had aftermarket headlights, but it had like two-tone paint job they would spray with, we did with spray paint. Someone said mobile detailing and film protection. Yeah, the markup on some of them things is nuts, man. And what's crazy is if I was you, I'd probably look into getting into that if I was you. That's a really good industry to make money on, right? But you can get to mobile details in multiple three different ways, right? You can do mobile detail as you go to them. You can do mobile detail as self-serve, and then you can do mobile detail as in you drive your car through, put them on subscription service, and they can vacuum their car out. And I think all of them are very profitable. I don't think I've ever seen one not do well. Everyone I've ever seen, the one where you drive through with the subscription service is a little overpriced now, but I think a lot of people. So I'm gonna kind of put you on some game too. Uh, so let's take a pool of people who want to buy a car wash or do car wash details and stuff like that. And like I say, all of these people, everybody's gonna gravitate towards the drive-through car washes that you use the vacuum service that you get your subscription service on because they're big, they're making good money, and a lot of people like them. A lot of people like that business model, right? But while everybody's focusing over here, the self-serve, you put your quarters in, put your $2 in, and you wash your cars. Those are like falling by the wayside, and you can almost catch steals on these things, man. You just got to know where to look and know how to negotiate with people. So these things, because a lot of people will say, yo, man, I'm gonna just go over here and focus on these. And everybody want to not get out their car and hand wash their stuff. But there's still people out there that get the excitement. They feel like those machines can't do what they can do. Or they have like something specific, like they want to get some like specific dirt off. So those, and then also mobile detailing. I think any type of come to you service is going to blow up in the next 5 years. So let's think about it. These are just my prediction. These services are going to blow up in the next 5 years. Okay. Mobile detailing. You come to my house, you clean my car. So think of that. You come to my house, you do X, you leave. Okay. Once you have those keywords plugged in, you can insert whatever you want. You come to my house, you clean my house, you leave. You come to my house, you clean my house, you leave. You come to my house, you fold my laundry, you leave. You come to my house, you watch my dog, you leave. You come to my house, you walk my dog, you leave. Just stuff like that. Like things that people don't want. You come to my house, you cook for me, you leave. Those type of services are going to expand in the next 5 years. Like I'm a fair warning. Hear me out now. Once if you want to hop on this, right? I think $1 million deals every day. This is yours. If you want to have it, I don't care. I don't have time. I make a decent amount of money. I don't need it anymore. I'm good. If you had an app to service people in any one of those ways, you will be rich. Think about it like this. If I had an app to where a person would come over my house and cook for me and then leave, or an app where, like, let's say if I had like My mom used to make huge ass dinners, right? Barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, yams. And let's say she cooked enough for like a family of four, right? She take the family of four and she put it into like a little pan, couple of little pans, and then you ordered it on your phone, and then I would take you a whole family service of food for the day. I would buy that shit every day. But there's nothing out there like that, right? There's not a mobile app I can't think of any where I can just say, yo, man, come over my house. I'll take a picture of my car, and you come over my house, and you clean my car. And then someone shows up in my house, right? I gotta get on the yellow pages. I gotta get into I gotta find an app. I gotta go on Facebook Marketplace. Oh yeah, fine. Where's the app? Right? Where's the app I can go to and have a person? I put all my dirty laundry in a basket or in a trash bag and put it on my front porch. Somebody comes over my house, take my clothes, wash them, fold them, press them, and put them back on my porch in 3 days. Right? When I was in Iraq, we had a water restriction, so we couldn't even use the laundromat. We couldn't wash our clothes. We couldn't wash our own clothes. So we would have to get a laundry basket. It's like a mesh netting. We would take our mesh netting, we would put our name, our like man number or serial number, whatever you want to call it, and our address on this piece of paper. We will stick it in there. We'll put it in there. 3 days later, we come back, underwear crispy, shirts crispy, pants crispy, uniforms crispy, socks crispy. I said, why didn't this everywhere? If I put my laundry on the front porch, somebody come and wash my clothes, fold my clothes, press my clothes, and vacuum seal them tight, and put it right back on my front porch in 3 days, I'll happily pay for that shit. Happily. But hey, I can only give y'all $1 million ideas. Y'all gotta do them. Y'all gotta do the work, right? Oh man, my bad, Instagram. I didn't even know like my screen was frozen. So Instagram, if y'all in here, man, say something. Man. I didn't see the message. I was like, why Instagram ain't talking? Why no one ain't coming here? But I seen people popping in and out of there, but it just wasn't doing anything. But thank you. I mean, go over to YouTube. It's a decent amount of people in the YouTube watching. Thank y'all for being here, right? One of my major goals is I watched a streamer, and I try not to be envious of people. I try not to be, but it is what it is. But I watched a YouTuber today, and he had like 8,400 people in his live, and he was just talking about like just like random stuff. I think he was talking about like weather in the South, and I was just like, how many so many people in here? You know, I'm trying to put y'all on that $1 million game, and it'd be like a handful of people in here. But I respect all y'all. I appreciate every single one of you. Welcome in Facebook. I see you. Twitch. I see you. YouTube. We was thick a little minute ago, but now it's kind of thinning off. Twitter, what's happening? I see you. Instagram, I see you. Even though my feed wasn't feeding. And also my people's in TikTok land. So yeah, I work at a high-end car shop in Seattle. It's high-end, like Tesla rebuild shops. Mobile detailing, yeah. And then the bad part about it is if you start getting into like the Mac Daddy cars, you can start charging a premium. Right? I think an average car detail is probably what, $200, $300, $400 max. Shit, you start getting into like the Mac Daddy ones, shit, you hit damn near $1,000. There's a guy on social media that charges $10,000 a car wash, and it's a waiting list of 6 months, and he takes, I think it's like 3 days. I mean, for 3 days, I'll clean that shit in 4 hours and let it sit there. Yeah, man, I'm still working on it. That shit was done 2 days ago. Oh yeah, you come pick up your car. Oh man, it's beautiful. Yeah, that shit done. That shit 5 hours ago. Just keep it forever and tell them I'm still working on it so I can charge more. But it's all good. So preguntas, questions, ask whatever question you want to, whatever kind of money subject you want to break down. That's why we're here, because I like talking about the money. No subjects off limits. Someone said the top 25, so top 3 tech stocks. Hey, bro, listen to me. Don't overthink it. There's only one answer that's right. One. Actually, there's 3 answers that's right. The top 3, in my opinion, in this order. All right. So somebody give me a guess, right? What do you think the top tech stocks are in the world? Or the top tech stocks to buy? Someone talk about tech stocks. I can't even damn talk today, right? Right. Some people might comment, some people probably won't. Everybody knows I like some of these stocks, and some people already talk about it, right? You already know probably number 1. Right. And actually I won't be biased. Okay. Because my answers are gonna be a little biased. Okay. I'll give you the 3 and then I'm gonna give you why. It is no particular order at first. Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple. Okay. Nvidia is almost single-handedly holding the market up now. Okay. It is doing magic out there. Magic. The amount of money this fucking company is making is nuts. It is probably the highest performing stock over the last year. Is damn near destroying everything. It's almost unheard of. If they told me they was making Terminator computer chips, if they was making the computer chips that the Terminator runs off of, I would believe them. If they told me that this company makes whatever's going to damn turn on the nukes and take everybody out, I would believe them. Because it's no way that this company should be making this kind of money. But it is, right? But it controls a lot of computer software that runs the majority of video games. Like the Fortnite, I heard it's like AI, Fortnite, all that kind of stuff, right? How big do you think the video grow? It ain't slowing down anytime soon, right? So NVIDIA, the next is Microsoft. No particular order. Microsoft, because Microsoft, you almost need operating systems to operate anything, right? Regardless if you like Apple, regardless if you like iPhone, regardless if you like any of that other crap, you go to work, they're not using Apple. You go to the library, they're not using Apple. You go to the government, they're not using Apple. You go to any of that other stuff, anything in the world, most systems run off Microsoft, right? You want a Word document, it's not going to be on Apple. You want an Excel spreadsheet, it's not going to be on Apple. You want a PDF, we're pushing in there. Now you in I can't even think of what they call it now, but you know what I mean. You get the point, right? And then Apple. Apple has been doing me good. I want to say I started investing heavily in Apple. I want to say 2016. I did a real estate deal. I think I hit for like, I don't know, 45 grand. And then a buddy of mine said, Adobe, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Someone told me Apple's gonna split. And I said, okay, cool. Thanks. When you heard? I heard they're gonna split this week. Cool. And my $45,000 check from a real estate deal I did just deposited earlier that week. I took the whole 45 and put it on Apple. And I've been slowly but surely putting about $500 to $1,000 a month since then on Apple. my Apple is up easily 700, 800% since then. Easily, right? So I will never, I don't like Apples. I don't like iPhones. I don't like Apple Watches. I don't like iMacs or Mac Pros or Pro. I don't like any of that crap. I will never, ever, ever, look at me in my eyes, ever, 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 ever own an Apple product. Ever. But I swear up and down by that product, by their stock. Because I know people are diehard loyal to that stuff. And then when people are diehard loyal, you will make money off of it. You make money off people's loyalty. You could take coffee from the gas station and put it in a Starbucks cup, and people will say, yo, this is the best coffee in the world. Loyalty. They have people, I'm gonna give you two experiments they did with Apple. They took the old Apple phone, they said, yo, we're gonna let you use the new Apple phone, right? So let's say you had a 14, oh, here's the new Apple 15. We're gonna give you the new Apple 15, you let me know if you like it or not. They gave them the old phones, exact same features that their phone had. Oh man, it seems like it's working so much faster. The camera's better. It seems like it has a better speed. I like the clarity of the phone. It's the exact same phone. When you're that blind, loyalty wise, they're printing off money, and then they charge within their own system. You say Apple's up to 16 now. Yeah, slick. I get what you're saying. Hear me. Listen to what I'm saying. The point is, people are loyal to those brands, right? Some people will literally ostracize or critique or belittle people if they don't have those devices. My kids come to me all the time and say, all my friends have Apple. You are just falling into that marketing crap. They have less than superior products on all levels. And then they had another experiment where they will put Android people in a room or Google Pixel people in a room, and they will have other people come into the room and they will brag about how much they love their Apples. So they'll give a random person, right? Say you have a Galaxy whatever, right? Or a Pixel whatever. They'll put you in a room and then they'll bring like 3-4 random people in there and they'll just brag about how much they love their iPhone. People will literally stop what they're doing on their phone and put their phone up because they don't want to be ostracized or criticized by Apple members. When you have that kind of impact on an individual, when you can affect their psyche and make them feel less inferior or less than because of a product, you have sold water in a bottle. Smart water, same thing. Ain't nothing smart about it. Dasani, Aquafina, Deer Park, Fiji. You're paying for the convenience to have the water. It's no benefit to having that shit. But you can't tell anybody else that. If you want to spend $3 on water, that's fine. It's your world. But they've given people tap water and put it into a Deer Park, Dasani, Aquafina, or Fiji, and said, which one of these tastes better? And just because it's in a fancy bottle, they'll say, yo, this one tastes better. All this shit tap. You can put all the bottles with all tap water in, and people are like, this one tastes better. Okay, cool, man. That's why I like Apple, because it messes with people's lists. You won't get me, but you'll get other people there. But so the answer to your question, NVIDIA. If I had to put an order, NVIDIA, Apple, then Microsoft. Top 3 stock tech companies. They're actually the most. Actually, those 3 companies are the most sought out companies to purchase on the stock market. Period. I want to say something like 45% of all the stocks are purchased are the top 10 companies. And if those are the top three, you're talking probably like 30% of the market share. 30% of the market, 30% of the stocks purchased every day are Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia. 30%. I don't even know how many billions of dollars are traded every day, but think about that number. Sit on that one, homeboy. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for the answer. Yeti's the same way. Yeah. You know the person that made Ozark? Used to he was one of the co-founders of Yeti, and they had a disagreement, so he went and started his own brand, called it Ozark, and then got a contract with Walmart to sell pretty much the same product with Ozark on it, and now Ozark sells way more cups and stuff like that uh, than Yeti, and they're the exact same thing. Same thing. Crazy how that works, right? But it's all good. But hope y'all find the value in this. Hope y'all are interested. Hope y'all are intrigued. Hope y'all are in every adjective that you probably could think of. I try to provide people value. I try to give y'all some knowledge, some game when it comes to this money stuff. Yeah, ask the questions, people, because like you rarely get a chance to ask. I hate bragging, but I'll say it like this: someone who got their stuff together and who's genuinely coming to you and telling you how the stuff works versus trying to just like shove products down your throat and all that kind of crap, right? But I will say if you want to, learn more and get more details about how this stuff really works and you just want to work with me one-on-one and get to some details of some stuff, right? You click the link in the bio, join the free class. But if you don't, you just here and ask me whatever question you want, and I kind of give you a little direction, a little pointing to how you can do some of this stuff. Someone says, I'm 19 years old and I got 40,000 while liquid down for a surf car wash. Hell yeah. Is it better to get on the lease or buy through a loan? Uh, Generally, whenever you buy, so if you have a car wash, so first of all, self-service car washes are the ones that you go up to, you pull up, and then you go put your money into the machine, and then it cashes out quarters, and then you put your quarters in, and you wash it yourself. Okay, that's self-service. Anything else that's like self-service with the vacuums is technically not self-service. It's automated car wash, but that's another story. So let's say you wanted to buy a self-service car wash or get into the self-service car wash. Generally, those buildings, since the building is the car wash, more than likely they're not going to lease it to you. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Sometimes a person will lease out those type of buildings, or they'll lease out the land. But for the most part, those type of buildings are like one in the same. You're not gonna like a self-service car wash that you drive through with vacuum cleaners in the back. They're only going to be used for one thing. Like someone's not going to buy that and turn it into. Well, I have seen some turn into like car dealerships, which is weird. But majority of things you're going to do with that is going to be a car wash. So if you're going to buy or get into those, you're not going to lease it from the person and then you reap all the rewards of that. More than likely, they're going to just sell you that business. So they're not going to keep the building. You rent out the car wash. You lease the building from them, and then you own the car wash portion because you can't separate the car wash from the building. It's just attached. That's weird. So more likely, you're gonna have to either just buy the building with the car wash attached to it. So yeah, so you're not going to probably lease that. You're going to have to buy that. And if you're looking to buy that, you can probably buy some in your area with that down payment. They're probably not as expensive as you think. You just need to start looking. Actually, I know of a few of them that's for sale. But whenever you do want to get into that stuff, you got to look at the fact that you have to be um, I call it a slave to the business, but I don't want to discourage you. I just want to give you a quick synopsis of how it's going to be. So let's say if you did buy a car wash, you have to check on it every 3 to 4 days, right? So pick 2 days out the week. We'll say Mondays and Thursdays, because Mondays after the weekend, that's your biggest money maker, and then Thursdays before the weekend comes or something. Okay, so because one, you got to see if someone broke into your shit, somebody broke a wand, somebody the cash is full or the cash is jammed, because if people trying to put money into your machine to get change out, and let's say it's jammed, or some clown put banana peel or some shit in there, because people are stupid. So now you got to either clean it out or work on it or service it, because if you're not checking on it, then you don't know what the hell's going on with it. So and then let's say if your money is like, once your bill dispenser gets so much money in it, it can't take no more money. Or let's say there's a coin jam, now no one can get quarters. So now you have to go there and check on it, right? So I recommend every 3 to 4 days, right? Mondays and Thursdays or something like that, Saturdays and Wednesdays or whatever the hell you want to do. It's your world. It's your business. I don't care. Okay, and then when you're there, you're gonna check and make sure all the soap is full. You're gonna make sure that all the cleaning products is in there. You're gonna make sure nobody tore up anything, and then you got to empty the trashes too. Because let's think about it. Let's say if you go to a self-serve car wash, and then you sitting there, you pull up and you wash your car, or you wanted to wash your car, but then you look at the trashes, and the person ain't been there in 2 weeks. And then people are gonna dump their trash there, and people are gonna damn take their regular trash from their house and dump it there, and it's gonna be overflowing, and it stinks, and it's flies. Nobody want to vacuum out their car with flies flying around. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to take care of that stuff. You got to do the maintenance on that stuff. It's not cost effective to pay somebody to do that. You're gonna have to spend 2 to 3 hours every 3 to 4 days to do that. And it's just cheaper for you to do it. That business is probably only going to be making $60, $70, $100,000 to you, which is good money, but you're going to have to work for it, right? You might get paid somebody $30,000, $40,000, but would you trust a $30,000 a year employee with all your cash and all your quarters? I'll wait. Hell no, I wouldn't. So you have to start. You got to do it yourself, right? And you can do it full time if you find one that makes enough for that. But those are things that you have to think about. Those are the things that a lot of people won't tell you. They'll just say, yo, yeah, I can help you buy that. Buy this and take this and I'll hook you up. No, man, you got to sit back and really evaluate and start looking at these things and say to yourself, man, yeah, I either want this or I don't. You got to start looking at the numbers, because if it makes sense financially, then everything else I can fix. But if it don't make sense financially, then there's no point. But that's a good question, though. Great question. Great question, Mr. Ballin. But next time I ain't gonna answer your question if your profile picture look like that. You need a decent profile picture, my guy. What's the upper limit of personal credit cards versus annual income? What is the upper limits? Of personal credit cards in total versus annual income? I've seen people who make a lot of money don't get a lot of credit, and I've seen people who make a little money get a lot of credit. So it's kind of weird. It's whatever metric. I wish I could just sit back, and I don't know if it's like an algorithm or if it's like a computer program or something to where it predicts how much money an individual is going to get contingent upon their stuff. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I don't know. I've seen people put 200. I know people who make $200,000 to $300,000 a year and still get denied. And I know people who work at at Busboys making $28,000 a year get approved for a $10,000 personal credit card. It don't make any sense. And I know people that make, I don't know. It probably has a lot to do with your credit profile. It probably has a lot to do with your credit history, your payoff history, if you have any derogatory marks or late payments, charge off, repossessions, or anything in that past, or even if you have a bad history with that person. I know some people who have perfect credit who Chase closed down one of their accounts and Chase won't open up another account with them. So it just depends on you, man. It depends on your circumstance. What is the best business? What is the best business to buy? What is the best business to buy to make $16K a month? Okay, so let's think about it. $16K a month, right? I'll make it $20,000 a month, right? Fuck it, let's go for it. You make $20,000 a month. I don't know if that's cash flow or that's just to your pocket. Now we're in a whole different part. Let's just say the business to you, we ain't pay no taxes. Let's just say it makes $20,000 a month. Okay. That business will need to be producing, that's about $250,000 a year. And at a standard 3 to 4 multiplier, you're at about $1 million business, right? Just make it easier. $1 million business, you're gonna have to put 10% down, $100,000, or you're gonna have to put down 5%, which is $50,000. If you can get it owner finance for the other 5, SBA and the financier will give you the rest of the 90%. Okay. Now, what kind of business can you find for $1 million that's doing $250 or $20,000 a month revenue? Yes. The answer is yes. Tons. Whatever your heart desires, my guy. If I sat back and got on the internet, I could probably find you, I don't know, 500 in the next 15 minutes. No, actually 500 in the next minute. So just letting you know, that's not a hard task. Just depends on what you want to do. Where in the world is Armin Santiago? Someone said, how much money do I make on YouTube Live? Not a lot. Nah, if I had to average it out, they'll send me random checks here and there. If I averaged it out, it's probably only like $400 a month. It's not a lot. So let's do the math, right? Let's do my YouTube math. So YouTube tells me I need to go live every day. Okay. So let's say I get $500 a month, right? So I go live every day. I have to do at least 90 minutes to an hour, 90 minutes to 2 hours, right? So I'll put it at 2 hours, right? 2 hours a day. That's 14 hours a week. So 14 hours a week times 4 weeks, that's 56 hours. $500 an hour, $500 a month, divided by 56. I make $10.90 an hour to be here, pre-tax. So I make less than minimum wage to be on here to talk to you guys. But it's not about the money. It's about growth and education to everybody. And then one day, whenever I'm streaming and it's 1,000 people in here, or 10,000 people in here, or 100,000 people in here, then it'd be a whole different story. But journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. I just gotta do my time. Right? Everybody starts here. Mr. Beast, he put out 10 years worth of content before he got his first 2,000 followers, man. 10 years of content. He has a video of him count to 1 million. It took him like 7 hours. Think about that. And people still watch that shit to this day. It's crazy. It's crazy. But It's just you got to do your time, right? I'll get there. I believe in myself. Got to put in the time. Anyways, when investing in the Midwest real estate, what to look for when hiring a property manager? You can do a couple things. One, you can ask the real estate agent for referrals. A lot of times you can almost do reverse engineering too. If you know what properties are being rented, you can almost do what's called a skip trace and then message the person, say, yo man, I see you have this house for rent. Just out of curiosity, how do you like this property management company? Right? You can do stuff like that. But there's multitudes of ways, right? Since you in the community, just ask me one day and I'll break them all down for you if you want me to. But there's tons of different ways, right? So if y'all following me too, or if y'all in here, if y'all get messages from anybody that's not me, there'll be some like the rich get Richards or the rich got Richards or something to that extent. Just block them. They're gonna try to sell you on some crypto or some other crap. The scam game is crazy out there, man. And I almost feel bad if people get scammed by a fake account of mine. I used to I felt real bad. I wanted just to pay the people if they ever got scammed, but I I would be literally sending hundreds and thousands of dollars a day if that was the case. So just I can't do it no more. Right? There's three on here watching now. Cool, block them. Block them. They don't even follow. Block. Boop. How you gonna use my likeness and don't even follow me? That's almost disrespectful. You're welcome. I ain't thanking you, pump. I'm playing you good. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna probably stay on here another 15, 20 more minutes. If you're watching from anywhere in the world, um, click the link in the bio or just go to YouTube and type in the Rich Get Richard, and you can watch me there. And it's a little, it's easier for me to see your comments and or those channels pay me to be here, right? I probably have about 100 people in here now over all the social media platforms, and YouTube is the only one that gives up the money. Everybody else be on the bull stool, right? But if you want to watch from there, it's all cool. If you don't, it's fine. I don't care. It don't make me no difference. I already got mine. Let's talk about setting up successful kids as early as possible. Ooh. Let's get into the kids. We are the world. We are the children. All right. So first of all, let's let it be known. Regardless if you have kids or not, this is applicable to you. And a lot of times, people don't never necessarily want to give up on their dreams to chase their kids' dreams, but you can almost do one and the same. You can chase your dreams while also preparing your kids for their future. And I'm gonna kind of put you on a little easy way to kind of think about this. So a lot of people will say invest in life insurance. And I'm not saying life insurance is great or bad or okay, it is what it is. I'm not telling anybody to cancel their life insurance. Don't You ain't gotta listen to nothing I say, right? But there are better ways out there to do it, right? Especially if you do like temporary life insurance, which that's a whole nother story, which I recommend, but and it's cheaper. Term life insurance, not temporary. Well, I guess it's term. It's a term for it. So what you do is you take all the money that you was going to devote to your kid. Okay? This is the play. If there's another easier way out there to do this, you let me know, because I ain't figured out one yet. And I've been doing this for years and it's been working for me. Right? But like I said, invest with your own prejudice and bias, whatever analogy you want to include. So you invest in something that's going to be long term. That's where the play is. You can't do it off of short term gains, and you can't do it off trends. Like the crypto thing and sports gambling and shots, pools, stop loss, um, options, futures. That shit ain't it, right? You need some long term, old school investing. Something, the easiest way to explain it is, if your grandma or your mama heard of the company, if your kids heard of the company, if the company's going to be around, if you feel like the company's going to be around in 10 years, right? So ask yourself this. You can even say that with Bitcoin. You think Bitcoin's going to be around in 10 years? I don't know. He's like, yeah, it will be. Cool. Put your life on it. Would you put your life that Bitcoin will be around in 10 years? No. Exactly. What about Amazon? Your life, Amazon will be here in 10 years. Yeah, I would, right? NVIDIA? Yep. Microsoft? Yep. Google? Will Google be around in 10 years? Yeah. Google ain't going nowhere. So now, once you've kind of established like long-term investments versus shit, it's not that hard. Once you establish like long-term investments, now what you need to do is you need to allocate money towards long-term goals. Simple. And when I say allocate, I mean over a long period of time. We're not doing, oh, I put $3,000 in this account 4 years ago. No, dog, that ain't it, right? Dollar cost averaging. It's almost like, think about it like this. What's more effective? If I took somebody and I punched them as hard as they can, or I just sit there and did this? For 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Eventually, that person's face is going to be damn smushed in, right? That one punch is going to hurt. But if I punch somebody in the nose all day long for 30 years, their whole face would be concaved in. They'll almost look like a different person after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because that's the effects of long-term investing, right? Throwing your money into something and letting it ride ain't it. You got to put it in there constantly. I don't give a damn if the car tires need done. I don't give a damn if the wedding's coming up. I don't give a damn if I want to take a vacation. I do not care. Invest, 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 invest every month. Never turn it off. And then what you do is you put those into accounts and investments that will pay you over time. Dividend, interest, all that. And once you have a certain amount in there, then you can borrow against that money. You can do portfolio loans. And you take that money out and invest it in something else while the money's still growing. It's a crazy concept, right? If you don't pay that money back, they're coming for your stock, but just pay it back. Duh. But and let's say you grow this fund. Let's say you grow this fund into $500,000. Okay, the interest on $5,000, even if you follow the simple stock S&P 500 over the last 5 years, or since the Great Depression, 1933. Since the Great Depression, the stock market as a whole, not the S&P 500, just every stock, good or bad, since the Great Depression has made about 10.3% returns. So let's say you have $500,000 in this account and you want to chill now. $500,000 at 10.3%. It's $51,000. So you will get a dividend check or interest check for $51,000. And then you'll have that money coming to you every month. And this is just a smaller scale. You can take this shit to the moon, right? Let's say it's $1 million. Let's say it's $2 million. Let's say it's $5 million. Let's say you're 19 years old and you put $500 in the account every day until you're 60 years old. That should be $10 million. And now you have all this money sitting in your account. You can borrow against it if you want to, but why do that? The interest on the account, let's say you had $1 million, 10% interest, that's $100,000 a year. Now you make $100,000 a year sitting on your ass in interest, and then you take that fund, you put it in the trust. Now the trust manages the funds, and only person that can allocate those funds is probably a lawyer and or whoever the individuals in charge of the trust. And the way my trusts are written, nobody's above the trust. Nobody can cash out. I damn near can't even cash out. All of us have to vote to take the money out. And the lawyer, and I have a clause in there that says the lawyer said that we can't take it out until a certain amount of time anyway. So in 100 years, my great-great-great-great-grandkids can touch this money. But after that, I don't give a shit, right? But it'll probably be $100 million or some shit in there. And $100 million at 10% compounding interest is probably be $10 million a year. Why would they need the $100 million? They can just split $10 million each amongst themselves. And I'll just make a YouTube video if YouTube's still around then. It's like, yo, you fucking idiot. It's $100 million in this account. You're not going to make more money than I did. You're not that smart. Take the $10 million, shut the fuck up, and I'll see you next year. You can, if you spend it all on anything, on dumb shit, then come back next year and you have another 10, right? But you're going to take the $100 million and do the same thing with the $100 million that you're doing with the 10 million, and it's buy junk. You're not that smart. Just live off this money for the rest of your life and your kids' life and your kids' life and your kids' life. And now y'all just live off royalties for the rest of your life. You pretty much making your kids trust fund babies. I always like the term trust fund babies because you've heard of it before, but you never knew what it was. It's just somebody in their lineage, somebody like, say, your grandfather, your great-great-grandfather just started investing in stocks or a mutual fund, or they bought a company or sold a company, or they did something where they got a lot of money. They put it into the stock market or they put it into an investment, and the investment pays their family a royalty or interest or a percentage every year for the rest of their lives. They have a $50 million in their account. $50 million pays them $5 million a year. They are trust fund babies now. Their portion of the trust is $1 million. So they get $1 million every year. It's not a real hard concept to think about. It's just crazy to think that somebody 70 years ago did the same thing that I'm doing now. And it's so crazy how somebody 50 years ago can do something that you can start now for your kids. And a lot of people don't, well, my kid, well, I want money now. Yeah, bro. You can do this on top of whatever you need to do now. This is just your fallout. Say if the business you want to buy don't work. Let's say if the real estate you want to buy burned down. Let's say if the storage units you bought, everybody moved out of town. Let's say if your vending machine was at the school. Let's say if the vending machine at the school the school closed down because of zoning. I don't know. I can't predict the future. I don't know. Right? Say you had a plan to make all this money doing something and it don't work out. You're going to get old. I'm going to get old. That's inevitable. You can either start putting money into these accounts and it's there whenever you're old, or you can put all your eggs in a basket that you have no uncertainty about. But I know for this, Google's going to be around 10 years from now. Google's going to be around 20 years from now. Hell, Google might be around for the next 100 years. Why not ride that coattail for the rest of your life, your family's life, your rest of your lineage? I hate the term generational wealth, but you have the capability the opportunity, the means to change your family lineage. You have everything. You have, I'm gonna sit up. I'm looking in your eyes. You have everything you need. If you're understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth and you are looking at this and you're processing this in the United States of America, or wherever you are, you speak English, you understand what I'm saying, you have everything you need to be successful. And if you don't have it, it's your choice. It ain't about inflation. It ain't about who in office. It ain't about your job. It ain't about living check to check. That's bullshit. It's just excuses. I had less than nothing. I think I would swap my situation when I was broke and sleeping on my brother's couch or sleeping in his car and surf riding. I would swap that situation with anybody in these lives. Anybody. You had a job or you got a job. I didn't have that. You probably have a car. I didn't have that. You probably got a roof over your head. I didn't have a roof to call my own. I had nowhere to go. So I joined the military. I had nothing. I joined the military with a t-shirt, jeans, shoes, socks, and a toothbrush that was in my pocket. I didn't have no napkin wrapped around it. I didn't have one of those little plastic guards on it. And my wallet. And if anybody in here tells me they can't do it, I'll sit there to your fucking face and I'll call you a fucking liar. Because if I can do it with a t-shirt, jeans, toothbrush, a wallet, and shoes, I had $7 in my wallet. $7. And I borrowed it from a friend because I might needed a meal on the way to the military. And I was so cheap that I ate at the hotel and I was putting food in my pocket because I didn't want to have to pay for a meal. You have everything you need to be successful. And everything other than you being successful is a freaking excuse. Like I just gave you a play on how to be a multimillionaire and make your kids generational wealth. It's about 75 people in here now. I swear to you, nobody will do it. You got to make the decision. You got to tell yourself, I'm tired of this shit. I can't do this no more. Mr. Richard, I need help. I almost sound like a church pastor that trying to get you to join the church. I hate when I talk like that. But I'm trying to be real with you, man. I'm trying to be real with you. Right? I'm talking from a place of I've been there. I try not to talk like I'm better than you. I've struggled more so than most of y'all. Right? You have a car and a job. I had less than that. And now your boy caked up. I put in the work. I made sacrifices. I did what I had to do. And that's why I am today. I learned from my mistakes and I learned from others who are smarter than me in certain areas. If you don't know how to do this type of stuff, you don't know how to do the real estate stuff. You don't know how to do the business stuff. You don't know how to do the LLC, S Corp, C Corp, sole proprietorship, business structure stuff. If you don't know how to raise capital, if you don't know how to invest, if you don't know what apps to invest in, you don't know what to invest in, you don't know how long you should be doing it, you don't know how to set up a trust, you don't know how to set up mutual fund ETFs and stuff like that. That's why you learn from people who know what the hell they're talking about. And a lot of these clowns out here have no clue. So, last warning, because I've almost exceeded my time. You want to learn how this process works. You want to learn how people do this on a high level. If you want to learn how the big boys and big girls make a lot of this money. I have a free class coming up. It is Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. Join the free class and let's get started. If you want to know more, you got to start hanging with people who are doing it. And if you ain't, you can continue to hang with your friends now and see how far they got you. You are a reflection of your friends. And if they're not doing anything with their lives, 9 times out of 10, you're not doing nothing with your lives. When you're sitting around watching football or watching baseball or watching basketball or whatever sport you're into, and you thinking, man, this as good as it gets. If you feel, yeah, well, maybe we don't need to associate with ourselves with each other. If you feel like I deserve better, I'm smarter than this, I'm better than this, come on over to Mr. Richard's neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Make sure you follow in and click the link in the bio to join the free class. Later, dudes. Make sure you follow it too.